pray the lesson go out with sincerity. Y'all be in a lesson. Go forth out for understanding. Alright. Today we're going to talk about the mother of harlots. Talk about her today.
The mother of harlots.
The mother of harlots.
Alright now.
Alright. We're going to start in Revelation 17:1-5. Revelation 17:1-5. And there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore, that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet-colored, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So that's the background, a little background on her. See what she's about. She the top hoe, top whore, the mother of harlots. That's the top one, top. Alright, so we got the background of this and what she's about, and she's about corrupting everything she can corrupt. And the inhabitants of the earth are drunk with her fornication. You know? Thought something was funny the other day too. Kind of it was a portion of this lesson. About one of the many churches down there, and I happened to look up one of them, and one of them got a female pastor. That's not the one that you that's not the one you were talking about. Another one got a female pastor. Yeah, it's right. It's down the street from that church. I think you was going to. It's that brick church.
Oh, that's a Methodist church.
I don't know. They have a basketball hoop in front of it. Yeah, they got a woman pastor over them.
Methodist churches usually have a woman pastor.
Oh, really? They call her Dr. something. You know, she was ordained twice. I read.
Yeah, when you read that, man.
At a website, you know, I was happening, you know, I was like, let me look up that thing, and then, and she was ordained twice. I never heard of that, ordained twice. You know what I'm saying? You know? I thought one was good enough. You know what I'm saying? But just the act, cause she a woman. You know what I'm saying? The spirit was really on her. But she's definitely
That's what she wanted to tell him.
Yeah, you know, I'm double anointed. I never heard that in scripture. Not even Elijah, David. Nobody. Solomon, nobody was anointed twice. You know, it's like it's super anointed. But I just thought that was a little funny because, you know, many churches are drunk with that doctrine too. You know, having she's basically any woman who's in that position, you know, is a worker of the whore of Babylon. You know, just to be on, no matter how kind they are or sweet they are, they're in a position that God didn't put them there, but the whore of Babylon did. So I just thought that was interesting when I seen that she was anointed twice. I've never heard taught me something.
Anointed twice either.
Anointed twice. I think it was in 2000, and then in 2002 somebody else anointed her. Sounds like interesting. But to the lesson, we're gonna go to Leviticus 19:29. So we understand that, in Revelation 17, what's the whore is about. She's about everybody getting drunk, fornicating, spiritually, physically. Just like Brother Ron was talking about the many gods. There's two fornications in the Bible. This was Israel got in trouble with a lot with the spiritual fornication. They went to go worship different gods and all that stuff. The spiritual, physical, and then it went to the physical. They sacrificing to the gods and all that stuff. So. Leviticus 19:29. Leviticus 19:29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land full of whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. And this is what is happening now. Many people have allowed their daughters to be whores, and we're going to show that a little bit later on the video. Like Brother Ron said something good the other day, talking about this has to be taught. This wickedness, this behavior has to be taught. It's Satan 24 hours. I give give respect to Satan putting in work. Satan put in work. You know what I'm saying? Like Satan put in work, boy. You think you work like two Jamaicans just came on a boat, about Mexicans, up early in the morning getting it in, you know what I'm saying? Y'all remember back in the day, it'd be what, 2, 3 in the morning, they be having sex things coming on the TV, 1-800, call this number, just getting in early in the morning. You just have to woke up, watch TV in the morning. Come on, baby, call me. You know what I'm saying? I remember that. Like about 2, 3 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? So Satan getting it, all hours of the day. And obviously we got the internet now, so it's a 24-hour cycle now. TV's 24-hour cycle, so you know what I'm saying?
And got them in cartoons.
In cartoons they talking about sex. Now it's 20. It's no rest, because at one point the TV went out like around 12, a certain channels, and then it started going 24/7. That's when the sex thing started. I remember that. I was probably like in elementary or something. But I remember that. I want that back. That wasn't as bad as it is now, man. That stuff, boy. It's real bad now, man. It's real. So this is just showing you that the whore is fully, has poured her cup of filth across, and obviously the daughters have been led to be prostitutes, and now you have the land full of whoredom. Now we're going to go to Numbers 25. Numbers 25, and let me see, Numbers 25. Numbers 25, and I think I'm going to read a little background of this verse 1 on down, probably like to around 8. So we understand, the mother of harlots, Yah's telling us don't prostitute our daughters, and we got to understand the other nations, they were more acceptable to the whore at this time, because there were really no the Israelites wasn't the lawgivers yet, so the other nations, were really still out there with the other guys at this particular time, for real. And Israel brought those people in, those people brought that stuff in, and they were already prostituting their daughters to the gods. So when the Israelite males went into their daughters, brought them into the camp, and Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods, and the people did eat and bowed down to their gods. So what it started right here, it started out with fornicating with the other women, strange women, and what they say, hey, baby, you want to do something tonight? What you got planned? Well, after we have sex, we can worship my God in the woods. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We can go to Stone Mountain.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to think about how, they already, these are experienced whores of Satan. You know what I'm saying? So, like Samson, once he got, with Delilah, she turned him out, and you're like, okay, whatever, you know what I'm saying? He told her his most intimate secrets. So, you know what I'm saying? So once they were doing that with the Israelites, even though they knew better, but once you get into that place of lust and you just rolling with it, man, that's, Satan give you a good time, man. Satan give you a real good time. And then we can go off sacrificing things to my gods. And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of Yah was kindled against Israel. And Elohim said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up. Elohim hanged them up before Elohim against the sun, that the fierce anger of Elohim may be turned away from Israel. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baal Peor. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto him his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses. And it's just like, one of them things, you just bringing somebody over at the family reunion, everybody looking now, that's why you just don't care no more. You so engulfed in whoredom at this particular time, you don't care. And that happened too, hey man, this is my new girl. Come there with a short mini skirt, fish stock leggings, breast out, and they coming in like everything normal, like, yeah, this is my new girl, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to get some drink, And everybody looking at her like, and that's how Moses looking like,
what you doing, man?
What you doing there with this woman? This untoward woman. In the sight of Moses. And that's what I'm saying. You just watch that.
The man of Yah, mm-hmm. Sit in front of the face of Yah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Once that whoredom, you get attached to that, you know what I'm saying? And once you get attached to that, man, that stuff, if you get attached to any sin, it's hard to get out of it if you don't want to get out of it either, especially if it's pleasurable. And I'm sure this Midianite woman, she was taught from youth the ways of whoredom, so she probably know all type of stuff.
She was the king's daughter.
But I'm saying her behavior, their behavior was very, the mother of harlots, that's their mother, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when the Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the son priest, saw it, he rose up from amongst the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. See, this is how, this is why I can't wait to come back, so I'm thankful for mercy and all this grace, what I'm saying, but I'm ready, I'm tired of this place, what I'm saying, when the head's gonna roll, I'm tired, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of this place, what I'm saying, we just got finished reading about the mother of harlots, what I'm saying, polluted the land. I get tired of seeing this. And he went after the man of Israel in the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. So you see what's bringing here off the top. They already identify when these harlots come in, plagues and wrath of Yah is coming in. So you got to put that out. So it was no playing right here. And later on in this verse right here, that particular man who did that, Aaron's son, he was blessed by the Most High. He had a great name in Israel. So the Most High is okay with putting whoredom out. Now you see some whores on the party, get. You know what I'm saying? Now first you would want to go minister to them, try to say so. But now y'all get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? throw some rocks at the feet, y'all. Make it uncomfortable for whoredom to stay around. That's what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You can call the police or something, you know what I'm saying? Spray mace in the air, I don't know, just make it uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? Some people come up to people recording. They got a YouTube site, they just, I caught you. You going to jail, buddy. And they be catching them in the act too, pants down and everything, you know what I'm saying? And some of them be the same women. Samantha, I told you not to come back over here. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's good, though, because you're making a statement that, hey, we're not going to welcome that type of behavior around. You know, embarrassment, you know what I'm saying? You know, however it goes. But right here, they put this behavior to death because that whore cannot be in the midst of Israel or, you know, really anywhere else. It's something that you got to put out. Now we're going to go to Proverbs 5. Read a little bit more on this, dealing with these harlots of the mother of harlots and what they will do to you. Matthew chapter 5, 1.
Proverbs 5.
Yeah, I mean Proverbs chapter 5, 1 to 14. Yeah, it's 1 through 14. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow down thine ear to understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drip as a honeycomb. So you could just imagine, you know, this is just the average whore. You could imagine, you know, the mother of a harlot. That's why John, he was like, man, I was in amazement. Don't get it twisted. The mother of harlot, she's very attractive. Very attractive. John said, I was in amazement. I was in a wonder. And then she was dripped in diamonds and gold, fancy clothes, silk, I mean, all that. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to be very strong, you know what I'm saying, to be aware of that allure. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got the spirit of God, man, that stuff just suck you in like a vacuum. Just got you. And what happens when you get sucked into a vacuum?
You ain't coming out, you done.
You get trapped, you get put in a container. The only
what they call a gin or a snare.
Yeah, and the only way you can get out, you better hope Yahusha, she got hold has some mercy on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, take you out.
You know, because under that, you know, you can't.
Like
you know,
a snake when he gets you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, put them teeth in you, you know, it's a wrap. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow down thine ears to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drip as honeycomb. And what's another thing that that lip gloss.
Lip gloss.
That lip gloss, you know what I'm talking about? You know, at the dollar stores, with cheap, expensive ones. A lot of these whores, they love wearing their lip gloss. You know, even in the churches, they be putting on their lip gloss. And what it look like honey, it's like honey. You put honey on your lips, you know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't never put honey.
Well, I mean, you see honey on your lips. I mean, you eat honey, you know what I'm saying? You see it's like it's glossy, you know what I'm saying? But you can see it's very glossy, and it's something that's alluring to the eye. You see that. And I see that a lot in these churches too. And the pastor daughter be like, nobody really in the scriptures reading about the tactics of the whore. You know, so they was like, oh, my daughter wearing this, you know, it's not a big deal. But you're not understanding that's the tactics of the whore. That's just a side note. For the lips of a strange woman, and y'all understand that too, you know, you're doing things that are associated with wicked women. Drip as honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. So if her end is this, what is your end when you deal with this whore? Just like when we go to that was Numbers 25, what was his end? He had to get thrust in with the javelin. Oh, dude just seen it, picked up the javelin, went into the tent. What? Her end is bitter. That was a bitter end. As a two-edged sword. You know, you think y'all, I mean, in the audacity of you, because he wasn't using discretion and he wasn't using understanding. I'm just going to bring this strange woman into the camp. Hey, what's up? J.O., what's up, man? See y'all later. Like, nothing was going to happen. And then bam, he done it. But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell, lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou cannot know them. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house, lest thou give thy honor unto others, and thy years unto cruel. Because when you deal with the whore is going to require something from you. You know, you can call it sacrifice, via money, via power, your ability, you know what I'm saying? Time, what your emotions. She's going to require stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's going to drain you from, and that's going to be your inheritance too. It's also talking about your inheritance too. Least thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Because it's all about Satan. Yah is the giver, Satan is the taker. Satan wants everything that Yah gives out. So all the blessings, Satan wants to take that from the children of Yah. You know, everybody that he's blessing. Because it's like, because Satan can't manifest these things, so Satan has to take basically a leech. Satan's a leech. You know what I'm saying? Got a leech off of you. Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger, and thy mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed, and say, how have I hated instruction. That's when that javelin was going in, old dude. That's one thought that came to him. How I have hated instruction. I'm dead. And how I have hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined mine ear to them that instructed me. I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. So these are things that, you know, we must take hold and recognize the allure of this whore and how her power is. And one thing, I don't like being taken advantage of, and I don't like being tricked. And that's what the whore is going to do. She's going to take advantage of you and trick you. You know, I get upset if I get tricked, taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how good the ice cream is. You overcharge me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how good this is. You know what I'm saying? You know, but that's the whore going to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you go to the strip club. The whore going to say, I ain't never been to the strip club, but I understand the dynamics of the strip club. The whore going to say, oh, how about another $5? Oh, just give me another $10. It's always good. The whore wants more and more and more and more.
But they always ask for it. They ask for drinks. And if you buy them drinks, the price of the drink keep going up. But they ain't drinking nothing because that's more water and Coke.
Yeah, so,
anything else.
You know, the whore got tricks. You know what I'm saying? The whore got tricks. You know, her and the bartender, they work, yeah, just give me another water. You think it's vodka or something like that, you know? Oh, buy me another, we gonna dance, have a good time, just bam, 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 bam. But that's the whore, because Yah is the giver, Satan is the taker. And Satan whores, the harlots, they gonna take everything from you if you walk down this path. Now we're gonna go to 2 Samuel chapter 13. Which I seen this the other day too. I thought this was interesting, you know, about having this insatiable appetite for whoredom, and once you receive it, how it just dissipates quickly. Where is? That's 2 Samuel, chapter 13, and so. Brother Ron was talking about this other thing too. Amnon and his lusted after his sister with an insatiable appetite for his sister, his stepsister, sister nevertheless, and he longed for her and he tricked her and everything, and he was behaving as a child of the devil. Because Yah gave her chastity, her virginity, and what Satan want to take that from her. You know what I'm saying? Yah give it, Satan wants to take it. But this particular part in around verse 12 on down. Chapter 13, 12 on down. And she answered him, Nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou do not thou this folly, and I, whether shall I cause my shame to go? And as for thee, thou shalt be as one of the fools in Israel. Now therefore I pray thee, speak unto the king, for he will not withhold me from thee. And I don't know what that particularly means, because it was a sin to marry your sister. So I'm not sure what they meant by that fully. Howbeit, he would not hearken unto her voice, but being stronger than she, forced her, and lay with her. Then Amnon hated her exceedingly, so that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love, and it wasn't love, it was lust. Lust wherewith he had lusted her. And Amnon said unto her, Arise, be gone. And she said unto him, There is no cause. This evil in sending me away is greater than the other that thou didst unto me. But he would not hearken unto her. And my point here is, like, once you get something, when you're in this state of just pure wild lust, it's never as you anticipate it. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you smoke some crack. Somebody, hey man, it's the best thing gonna be, man. High as a kite. You know what I'm saying? It's not as, like, man, I thought it was gonna be a little. It was cool, but I thought it was gonna be more. And you keep chasing that high again and high again. You get $1 million, finally get it. Man, time to get $2 million. Time to get $5 million. You know what I'm saying? It's just a continuous appetite, because it's that demon, just riding you. It's that whore on top of you, and you the beast. And she riding you, buck them more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? The whore cannot get enough. The whore is drunk. You know what I'm saying? You the whore. So I'm bringing this out because that's why we can't be tainted with this whore, especially when you understand where all this stuff is rooted in. The mother of harlots. You don't want this type of spirit on you, because once you start getting into these realms of sin, they're going to continue to get worse and worse and worse and worse. That's why, she started out sleeping, fornicating with one guy. Then it went to, 2 guys. And now she got 2 boyfriends. And now she, they giving her some money. Well, now she got 4 guys. And now she's like, man, I'm getting all this money. Might as well do this every day. Now she, 50 guys a week. And it's just never enough. You know what I'm saying? When it's going to be enough, Samantha? You got the Benz. When it's going, I want a Bentley. Okay, got to do this and this and this. And you got to work. Satan say, hey, man, I give you the tools and instruction to get this, but you got to work. You got to work. You got to work for this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show that a little bit too, you know what I'm saying? Like, Satan didn't get this, the mother of harlot stuff. The harlot just didn't get there. This was just lounging around and being a busybody. That whole went out to work. Canada, New York, Mississippi, London, Berlin, Bakersfield, every small place, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere, you know what I'm saying? She had to go to get this, to amass this kingdom. She had to go out there and work, you know what I'm saying? That's just like when Yah was working with the Hebrew Israelites. What he did, he went from place to place and conquer, place to place to conquer. Same thing in Oregon, place to place to conquer, place to place to conquer. Okay, now we're going to go to Matthew 16:26. Matthew, no. 1 Timothy, 1 Timothy 5 and 6. 1 Timothy 5 and 6. 1 Timothy 5 and 6. And then we're going to go to 11 and 15. Now, she that is a widow indeed, and it's 5 and 6, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. So, and it's going back to this, because why? You're not living in life, you know what I'm saying? Because you always, want this insatiable appetite to gain the world, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, and it's never enough, and it's in wickedness. So this is why it's saying, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. That go for male too, anybody who's just continuously just seeking the pleasures of this world, and you won't refrain from that. And that's the same thing what happened to the Hebrew in Numbers 25. You know what I'm saying? He was in death, and death fully finally came for him. Now 11 to 15. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanting against Yahusha HaMashiach, they will marry. So they're leaving their first love for the world, having the damnation because they have cast off their first faith, Yahusha HaMashiach, and withal they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully, for some are already turned aside after Satan. If any man or woman and it's turned aside, that's going to the mother of Harlots 2:15. For some are already turned aside after Satan, the mother of harlots. If any man or woman that believe have a widow, let them relieve them, and let not the church be charged that it may relieve them that are widows in the deed. So that's another little topic, but you see how when they have this spirit on them, they'll leave their first love to go after the world. And what are they going to find here? Damnation. Just like the Israelite in Numbers 25. He died in his sin, and he's in hell. He's done. He's just coming up with a judgment, and that's it. It ain't no miracle about to happen to you when you die in your sin. The scriptures say a living dog is better than a dead lion. No matter how powerful that lion was or that lioness was when they was living, once they die and they die in their sin, that's it. It's a wrap. Ain't no, come on, y'all, give you one more chance someday. You came for the judgment, man. Like everybody in this line go to hell. I'm just confronting you. Okay, now we're gonna go to Ezekiel 13 and see how this is playing out a little bit more detailed, because they're leaving their first love of Yahusha HaMashiach, and they're picking things that are not really gaining them anything. And we go to details about that. I'm gonna read it. Ezekiel 13. Because it's really no benefit to dwell with the harlot. I mean, it's all a facade. It's all temporary pleasure that is not comparable to the divine pleasure in the scriptures and in present. Because you want power. I want power too. I want to fly around. I expect y'all will get my water, but I'll be flying. Portal traveling. I want all that. You know what I'm saying? Power, lifting up a mountain, throwing a mountain, playing hot potato with a mountain, you know what I'm saying? I want all that, you know what I'm saying? Like the strength of Samson, I want all that.
You have all that.
That's what I'm saying. So
the wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah, the wisdom of Solomon. All that. Access to the heaven, you know what I'm saying? I want all that. So there's nothing wrong with wanting power, but we see that we can't dilute and be impatient and take with Satan's second-hand offering when Satan gets Satan power from Yah. Every bit of power Yah puts on the planet, Satan wants to suck it up. That's it. So if that's happening, where is Satan getting the power from? Yah, in a perverted way. Oh, I got wealthy by taking the wealth of your people that you bless. That's it. So why go through that route? Because at the end of the day, the power gonna come from Yah, even if you're a witch. Where that power came from? Came from Yah. You perverted his power, and bam. That's you know what I'm saying? And that's what happened with the giants. You know, the angels had the spirit of Yah in them. They gave their power and they perverted the power and it transformed into something else. But the root of the power came where? From Yah. You know, he just didn't mix that though. That was them. They made that decision to do that. Yeah. Okay. But if you want power, like the angels had power, you know what I'm saying? One angel slaughtering 120,000 on one day. I mean, that's power. You know what I'm saying? You talking about running through a troop. You know what I'm saying? Where did that angel get that power from? Yah.
Well, Samson did the same thing. 5,000 with the jawbone of Adam.
5,000 ain't 120,000. It's like,
it's not.
I know what you mean, but yeah.
But Samson was like mortal man.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but the power all came from Yah, but people chase the power and all this stuff when the power, Satan gets it from Yah and perverts it. That's it.
Y'all get glory.
Yeah, so Satan is the middle, quote unquote, middleman. I don't want to talk to the middleman. I want to go direct to the supplier. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're in business, because if you go direct to the supplier, you'll get a better price. I don't need you. I don't need to pay you now. Why I got to pay the middle person something for some power when I can just go to Yah himself and get the power from Yah?
Because they don't want to go through all of Yah's laws,
exactly.
His precepts, his ways.
Exactly. So Satan is like, well, you go to Yah, you got to do it like the regulations and all that. Me, I'm not too big on regulations. You know what I'm saying? You know, we can get it how the flooring got to be clean. We got to do all this. Y'all got regulations, and Satan like, yo, I can get it another way. All you got to do is hide in the back of this truck. I can get you over the border, and we can get this stuff. But the border patrol be there sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Woo! And Satan was like, okay, it didn't work out this time. It didn't work. Yah is going to work out when you do everything according. You have all your paperwork. But Yah, you're going to get the power. Because I want power. I ain't going to sit here and lie. I want power. You know what I'm saying? All that. You know what I'm saying? And it's promised to them who do his will in the way he do it.
That's right.
And the problem here, a lot of people, they want this power that Satan has for them, but they're not going about it the right way, the divine way to get it. You know what I'm saying? And it's causing an error. Ezekiel 13, 1 on down. And the word of Yah came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say, Thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of Yah. Even right here in this second verse right here. Who don't want to prophesy the word of Yah? Who don't feel happy about, yeah, Yah told me something and I said that? What? That make you feel good, you know what I'm saying? That make you feel you got a connection. Everybody, oh, that's old dude who had said that prophecy. Everybody what's up. All glory to Yah though, you know what I'm saying? But that make you feel good. And they want that same power right here, but they not working with Yah. So what do they want? Power. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting power. Nothing wrong with that. Doing the right way. Thou said, Elohim, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. So we understand that when we follow our quote-unquote own spirit, the mother of harlots right there. Right there to help you out.